What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. It's your girl Tay, Playhouse Gang. We lit. Today's video, as you guys read by the title down below, is going to be a peek into my life of what it's like being an employee at a restaurant, from doing takeout to hosting, even to serving. So if you guys want to know what it's like, well, I asked some questions. A couple of you guys responded, but I'm gonna just throw those questions in there, and I'm gonna just give y'all some tips and tricks and advice and all of that. So without anything further to do, if you hear some background noises of like little feet, it is the dogs, and they went back outside. Oh, good. Never mind, they didn't go back outside. But anyways, let's get right into the video, y'all. Okay, so first off, I just want to say I hope you guys do not mind, because I will be eating. I am very hungry. It is 3:09, if y'all can or cannot tell, but it's 3:09. I haven't eaten all day. Look at all of this, y'all. It's a lot of food. Well, I'm gonna eat all of it. I'm gonna start off with hosting. If you're trying to become a host, it's a very easy job, especially being that I hosted at Walk-Ons. My very first job was a host at Walk-Ons, and yeah, I kid you not, well, I only had one job, and it was in the restaurant industry at the time, but it was the best job that I could really see myself working in, being that I was 16 years old. It started off at $8 an hour, and it was good pay for a 16-year-old. Very easy, and it actually helped me with my people skills, communicating, being nice. Not really being nice, but being like, I'm gonna just say it helped me with being a good part of the serving industry. Overall, I really enjoyed that. Besides the fact that you encounter some really ignorant people. You would think that people would be nice to you simply because you're servicing them, no matter how you look at it in the restaurant industry, but they do not care at all. So one time, I can vaguely remember what actually happened, but there's a couple stories as to me being a hostess where people are very ignorant. One time, I can kind of remember, I'm not even playing the race card, y'all, but this white couple had came in. All white people. We were very nice. We welcomed them, greeted them, smiled and everything, and we informed them that there was a wait. Y'all, a wait don't just mean that it's because tables aren't empty. It could mean several things, like the kitchen is backed up, they need some time, the servers are backed up. Like if we only have 3 servers and each server has 10 tables, then obviously they need a break. So they were being so rude and, like I said, ignorant, because they didn't know. I feel like it's never that serious. This fly has to go. There was another time that these people came in, and it was like the beginning of COVID, maybe even, no, it wasn't the beginning of COVID, because the beginning of COVID we ended up shutting down and we only did takeout. We got back into work. I was still a host, and they had these people come in, and some people just refused to wear masks, and we would ask like, hey, do you have a mask, or like, could you go get a mask, or do you even need a mask? Like, we have masks right here that we can give to you. You can even just put the mask on and go to your table, take it off, stuff like that. Like, people did not understand that they had to wear a mask, and there were people that even like cussed us out or was rude to us because they had to wear a mask. Like, it's government mandated and you're still mad that you have to wear a mask? I am sorry. I do not get paid to make the rules and the regulations. My salary, my hourly pay is $8, not $30. Okay. Overall, I really enjoy hosting, but as I got older, I had bills, and Walk-Ons needed me to move up. So here comes the takeout to go curbside part of it. I'm pretty sure that people didn't understand that a lot of takeouts, or even just our takeout, was working at $2.14 an hour. Curbside was so busy, and we were splitting tips. if we made $80 in tips for that day, we would split it because there was 2 of us, so we would each walk out with $40. Some days it just seemed to us like we weren't getting paid anything and we were just there for nothing. We just wasted gas coming there. And that was the whole big deal that I had with working takeout. Like, I don't mind working curbside takeout. I think it passes time very quickly, but I'm doing all of this work for little to no pay. No, I'm not even gonna say that because that sounds so illegal, but I'm not seeing, no, I'm not seeing. That's why you don't talk with food in your mouth. But I'm not seeing the benefits of me coming to work today, for the lack of better words. The only encounter that I can remember that really had me fed up with curbside was me and my partner, whoever it was at the time. I was not the controller, what is it called? Whoever's on the computer, whatever that's called. I was that picking up the phone, taking the orders, blah blah blah, and then they had a runner who did curbside. Obviously, if I wasn't busy, I would help her, vice versa. But it so happened we were just hella busy that day, and they had this woman call, place an order, blah blah blah. She obviously wanted curbside, and I was like, okay, can I get your name, number, vehicle, all of that? So she ended up coming. I guess she waited super long for her food. But obviously, we have this system down to where we know if you pull up, we're going to bring you your food because we know what car you're in, obviously. She comes in around the thing, like from the hostess stand area. And she's like, I know that ain't my effing food right there. I'm like, ooh.
And
Y'all, I had to, like, look at her like, ma'am, who do you think you are? Like, it is not that serious to be causing all this commotion in a restaurant, first off. Second off, I'm on the phone. I mean, I'm hanging up as she's walking by, or like walking up, but still. She goes to the table where we had all the curbside orders. She saw her name on the thing, and she caused chaos. She caused hell, y'all. She literally almost flipped the restaurant upside down. I was just like, yes ma'am, it could be your food, honestly. Like, if you weren't parked in our takeout parking spots that are assigned for curbside, then you might not get your food. Like, even if you was parked in the front, we still could see your vehicle. But the way she came in, y'all, she came in through the bar door, meaning that she parked on the other side of the building, and we were in like a shopping center, so on the other side there's stores. So it's like, of course we're not going on the other side, because if you're parking or even ordering takeout, you're supposed to be parked in a designated takeout parking. She was just mad. Like, I can't even remember what exactly happened, but all I knew is she paid for her food. I think she said something about the food being cold. Y'all, I can't even remember. Like, all I remember is that she threw the food. And she was so rude. Okay, let me tell you. Let me just tell you. So she gave me the money. She either looked, felt, or like, she didn't touch the food like touching. She just felt the outside and knew that it was like, wasn't warm, or maybe it was like a little warm. And she basically was still causing commotion. And then, I'm not paying for this food. She threw the food at the door and the drink at the door. So I was like, do you want to talk to my manager? Like, I don't get paid enough to handle ignorance. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to my manager and you gonna clean this up. I said, I'm not cleaning it up. I'm not the bus boy. And she got mad. She basically called me the B word. I didn't hear it, but everybody else heard her. Everybody in the restaurant was now looking our way. But that's okay, because I don't deal with ignorance. By that time, she had already paid, so I had to obviously get the manager to give her a refund. And yeah, that's just basically what happened. Long story short, people that are being ignorant and causing commotion are doing it all for their own purpose. I mean, some people might have a bad day, but never let that bad day affect someone else's bad day, or like make someone else's day bad. Like, I didn't care one way or the other, because I know, like, working in a restaurant, that's what you get yourself into. Like, you have to be prepared for people's ignorance. There was also a man who ordered and basically used the fact that we were young and I forgot what's the other word, but basically young and stupid, So we got his order wrong, and I was a very good worker, so obviously if I didn't do anything to you and you complain to my manager is just gonna like brush it off, because my managers know I'm a good worker. I'm a hard worker. I don't get into it with nobody. I'm always polite to everybody. So if you're coming here complaining about me and my managers know that's not true, then obviously they're not going to do anything. And I think that's what made the guy so mad, that my manager wasn't like punishing me or anything for his food being literally how he asked for it but incorrect. It made him, you know, 10 times as more mad as he was, because me, a young black girl, was not getting in trouble. He didn't really blame it on me being black. He was just like, young people just don't take anything serious. They always think things are jokes and funny and stuff like that, and I believe that to a certain extent. But at the same time, what do you want me to do? Cry and beg you to forgive me for a order that is correct but you say it's incorrect? It's exactly how you asked for it, and I even showed my manager that, like, that's what he asked for. After I basically got tired of takeout, in restaurant industries you gotta really be smart, because if you want to work at a certain job, a lot of them tell you you have to already have serving experience. So I worked at Chili's for like a couple weeks. When I had 2 jobs, I was still on takeout at walk-ons, and then I was serving, serving at Chili's. And I hated Chili's, not gonna lie. I didn't hate it, but like, it was too much for me. Like, they had me serving like 7 tables, not even 7, I'm not gonna exaggerate. They had me serving like 5 tables at one time. It was just me and this other girl. Like, they just didn't have any workers, and the first day that you serve by yourself, you're supposed to only get like 1 or 2 tables at a time to make sure you can handle it. So that first day really ruined it for me. Like, I made good money, and I didn't really have any mess ups or anything. It was just like misringing stuff. Like, I rung in the right thing, but like, they have the 3 for 10, 2 for 25, lunch special, stuff like that. So I was ringing it regularly, thinking that it would discount at the end, but you know, you gotta ring it in a certain way. Blah blah blah. The only reason I did that was to get the serving experience that I needed to further progress into being a real server. Being that takeout at walk-ons wasn't making any money at the time, which, keep in mind, it did change. They're okay now. I decided to ask to be moved up. They kept giving me the runaround, basically saying I would be moved up, but I never was. So I ended up quitting and going to another walk-ons. And being that my family knew people, I had a connect to get me in, or not even just a connect, but basically like someone to put in a good word. Got the job. I was hired as a server, and serving is so much better. Obviously it's fast paced, very 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 fast paced, but I love it. You make the money you deserve, and what I like about it is no one can dictate how much money you make besides you. If you put in the work, it's gonna show. If you slack, it's gonna show. My mentality is, I'm here to work. I might as well get all the money that I can get. The best thing you can do is not judge a book by its cover. I make my car note in 1 week, and the other 3 weeks I just, like, I'm good. Like, a question that I get a lot from people is, are we comfortable in our uniforms? People like, what's the word? Do people harass us? No, people do not harass us. People do not touch us. They cannot touch us. We are completely comfortable. What we have on, it's not like we have on bikini. Like, just think about it, a shirt and some shorts. Like, some people's jean booty shorts are way shorter than our skirts. to me it's not even that bad. Like, people make it seem we're not strippers, we're not bottle girls, we're just servers in a cheerleading uniform. Like, people praise real cheerleaders for what they have on, but can't respect us. Like, I'm not even saying that people don't respect us, it's just that the mentality that people have is like, I don't even know, I feel like we get treated worse than Hooters girls, and we have on more clothes than the girls at Hooters. It's just like, I don't know. Someone asked what was my best experience being a server. It was recently one of my tables walked out on me, and yes, you may have that every now and then. No, we don't have to pay it back. It's just a loss chucking up to the restaurant. And so happened, I asked my table, did they see the people get up and leave? They said no. No, they went about eating. I gave them their ticket, and once they paid out, if they didn't need anything or anything like that, they left. But they left a note on the ticket saying, I hope this helps, you have a blessed day, and tipped me $100. They tipped me $100, y'all. Those people did not have to tip me $100. They could have tipped me 20% and kept it pushing. I really enjoy when people write me Bible verses on my tickets, like when they give it back to me, simply because I feel like God is listening to me, because I pray literally every time I go to work. I pray on my way to work, and I feel like, you know, sometimes I even ask God to, you know, give me a sign that he's listening, that he's watching, that he's there for me. And I really feel like those are my signs. Like, the very first time I started serving at the new walk-ins that I'm at, I asked God to give me a sign that he's with me, he's covering me, he's watching over me. And my favorite number, me and my mom's favorite number, is 12. And the first 4 tickets, like, you know how you have to tip somebody on a ticket or the receipt, whatever you want to call it, when you have a car payment, all of them tipped me $12. It was 12, 12, 12, 12, back to back to back to back. I was just like, that must be God, because on a regular day I do not get the same tip back to back to back to back. And it was so, like, obviously the people weren't communicating like, to, hey, we're gonna tip us $12. No, so I just knew, like, that was God talking to me. I'm about to see what other questions you guys had. Someone said, since it's a food place, have you ever had disrespectful customers? Yes, as in the stories that I just told you guys, those were some disrespectful customers. But I mean, obviously it could either get worse or not as worse as those. I've never had anything as worse as that, though. Those were my worst. Somebody said, how often do I get tips? I get tips all the time. Literally every table that I have, I get a tip, unless I'm just doing horrible or they don't have any money. That's another thing, y'all. Like, just for my people who aren't even trying to be servers, or just in general, be sure you tip your waitress, because we make $2.14 an hour. We rely on tips. Like, you might think that your $3 isn't going to help, so you tip 0, but honestly those $3 add to whatever. Like, say for instance, I'm gonna just throw a random number out there. I have a phone bill that's $100, which I don't even know how much my phone bill is because I don't pay it, but I have a phone bill that's $100. And if I have 2 tables that don't tip me and I'm at $90, both of those tables could tip me $5 and I'm automatically at my phone bill. But say for instance they don't tip me at all, like, those two $5 add up. Even $3, like 3 tables that don't tip and they tip $3, that helps. Like, even if you tip $2, like, it may seem like aggravating or insulting. And here's another thing, don't tip at all if you're gonna tip 50 cents. Like, is 50 cents gonna help you? Somebody else asked what was my best and worst encounter with customers. I think I already said my best. I can't even remember any other ones. But my tables tend to always be nice to me, and I love when they make conversation. I love when they compliment me. Like, believe it or not, tables compliment you a lot, even if it's just in a way that, like, just subtle, like, I like your nails, or like your hair is pretty, or you're very beautiful, like stuff like that. A lot of tables compliment you. And I love that. It's an act of love in my opinion. Like, that's positive. Positivity. I love positivity. Anything that's positive, I love it. Someone asked me what's the weirdest request that I've gotten. Believe it or not, a lot of people order burgers with no buns, and I think that is very, very, very weird. Someone asked me, did I have a crush? I'm not sure if you're thinking this is a regular Q&A or if you're asking if I have a crush for someone at the restaurant I work at. But no, we're all girls. We have some boys there, but no. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If y'all have any more recommendations you want me to tend to, comment them down below. If you guys want a part 2 to this video and more in depth, or like if y'all have any more questions, drop them down below. I will get to them, I will answer them, or if it's a lot of them, I will make a part 2. But without anything further to do, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You guys, I will see y'all later. Playhouse gang, I'm out. Bye.